So the other day I did a video and I talked a little bit. I didn't totally do a video about this subject because I felt like it was a thing that wasn't necessarily provable, but I did mention it in a video, which was that according to a report, Microsoft was not making the return on investment that they had initially hoped from Activision. Now, the interesting thing here is that Microsoft almost never actually does a response to rumors and things like that. In fact, they quite often say we don't respond to that, blah, blah, blah. Many times, sites tried to get a response to rumors like, oh, is Halo going to PlayStation or is Halo going to Switch? And, Microsoft doesn't respond to those or says, hey, we don't respond to rumors. So you can pretty much bank on that stuff being true. So the fact that they responded to this, maybe makes you paint a little bit of a different picture than what's going on. So I want to go ahead and get into it. Hey, everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. What's up? Hopefully you guys are doing good. I do daily gaming content here, so please give us a like and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Like I said, I try to be informative yet fun. I'm doing content every single day, and you know what? I have a blast with it. So, if you guys didn't know, now you know. And hopefully you guys can, just to stick around and enjoy the show because, I had such a good time doing these videos, and I think people don't really understand what it means to me to have people kind of come out and, support the channel and things like that. So, according to this Microsoft Activision report regarding financial performance is missing context. Report came out, claimed that Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard hasn't resulted in the growth that the company expected with its Xbox business at this point. The report quotes an analyst saying that Activision has been disappointed for the company overall revenue after reaching out to Activision and Microsoft for comment. Representatives from both companies said the information's report was missing some information. The company then provided context to show how the company has performed since the purchase, along with the state of Microsoft gaming. In the last four earnings reports, Microsoft's reported revenue increased regularly for Xbox content and services going back to quarter two, fiscal year 2024. Xbox content and services revenue increased by 61%, driven by 55 points of net impact from the Activision acquisition. For the next quarter, revenue was reported to have increased to 62%, with 61% attributed to Activision. For quarter four 2024, it was up 61%, with 58% of that from the Activision purchase. And quarter one of fiscal year of 2025 saw the revenue increase by 61 points, with 53 points coming from Activision. So, breaking down the numbers, Activision has accounted for over 85% of each quarter's revenues increase. It also shows over the last three quarters a slight steady growth outside of Activision's impact from a low point of 1 point to a high point of 8 as well. So what's more, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella alluded to the purchase's benefit during the company's quarter one fiscal year 2025 earnings call last October about the acquisition and gaming's growth, saying, "We set new records for monthly active users in the quarter as more players than ever play our games across devices and on the Xbox platform," he said, while saying the business is positioned for long-term growth. Now, regarding Xbox Game Pass, Nadella said that the service set a record for the number of new Game Pass subscribers on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 launch day. He added that the service set a new quarter one record for total revenue and average revenue per subscriber. Moving on to the suggestion from the report that in 2021, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said that the company could wind down the games industry business entirely. The company flat out denies that. They point to comments made around the time with Nadella expressing that Microsoft is, quote, all in on gaming. They close by saying that engagement on Xbox platforms is at an all-time high. Microsoft says they are well over 500 million monthly players, and over the last year, we've seen consistent growth in monthly users on cloud. Regarding the report's claim on Azure servers and Activision deal not being a catalyst to get other studios to release their games on Game Pass, well, according to Insider Gaming, which I'm going to link this in here, they were told by sources close to the Game Pass business that the information reports conflates an opinion that developers are scared of profit loss with the fact that the business is already set up to pay developers up front if that's their choice for how they want to structure the deal. Microsoft is set to announce its quarter two earnings on January 29th. So yeah, there's that bit of interesting kind of news again. So the fact that they came out and denied it really kind of, I guess, maybe kind of showcases, kind of what is up with all of this stuff and exactly, where they can possibly go. Now, for me, this doesn't really have anything to do. I did the video about, hey, is Microsoft stopping production, and that has nothing to do with this. What I was talking about in that video specifically was something that kind of happens in businesses a lot that are producing things, and basically Microsoft, from the sounds of it, because you could hardly find Xboxes in the wild, they're sold out in the stores because Microsoft likely was burning off stock. So let's say they had, a couple million sitting on shelves or whatever. Why would you continue to make more and pay that price if people aren't buying them? So what you do is you stop production momentarily, and then you can easily enough go about it and restart when you need to, should they need to. But to be honest with you, Xboxes were selling so poorly, they maybe didn't even need to start. They could probably take off almost a year, because according to most kind of analytics, Xbox Series X and S only sold a little over 3 million for the entire year. So I mean, if they have a few million sitting there ready to go or whatever, then they wouldn't need to pay to keep these things getting made. So that's kind of the point that we are at with that. I do think that they probably will start at some point trying to get trying to get these things fired up and going again. It just seems weird to me that obviously every quarter, and we saw again that, hey, the quarters are down year over year for Xbox, and not only are they down for Xbox, but they are they continually are down. They're down every single quarter. So it is a weird situation, to say the least. And when you look at it and you go, okay, well, what's happening there? It's easy to kind of point out and say, hey, Microsoft isn't really doing such a bang up job there. Hopefully they can break out and do something to get people to maybe jump in on the Xbox, something along those lines. And that would be kind of the hope going forward, in my opinion. It would make a lot of sense for them to actually do that. Hopefully that is the thought process. I honestly think that that probably is the idea going forward. Again, I do like the fact that they came out and kind of answered this. The fact that they don't usually answer these things, or the rumors, really kind of tells you what's true and what's not. So like I said, I hope that they can figure things out. I hope that they can get things working in a in a positive light for everybody involved. I think Xbox has quite a bit to kind of share and showcase for people, but I also hope that Microsoft realizes that and continues to push in a positive direction. That's what we need to see. I would love to see Microsoft be able to kind of recapture some of that old glory or whatever. So the fact that they come out here and announce this, I think, hey, you know what, that's really cool. That's a cool thing. So hopefully they can do something like that again in the future. Like I said, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. It isn't really just about exclusives. It's just if they can offer people a reason to buy into their platform in the first place. That I feel is something that needs to be done more than anything. You have to be able to kind of get people to say, okay, well, it's worthwhile. I'm not going to lose anything if I buy into an Xbox. And that's probably the place where I'm at personally right now. So we'll see how Microsoft does it. It's on them either way. I mean, the reasons that Xboxes aren't selling are squarely on Microsoft. You can't blame the fans for that. Microsoft messes up, Microsoft screws up. It's really on them. It's they were the ones that mismanaged everything from the first party to the hardware to the the initial concept of Xbox One in the first place. So, again, I'm not really kind of looking into this saying, for sure this is going to be like a be-all or cure-all or anything like that, or hey, for sure that this means good things or good times are happening. But what I am saying is that the fact that they come out and straight up denied this means that it's probably a good majority of the stuff isn't true, or at least is slanted in a way that Microsoft felt the urge to respond to it. So we'll see what happens though in the future. I'm gonna link this in the description. You guys can check it out. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.